Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, respected dignitaries, faculty members, and dear students. I, Vishal Roy,
And I, Ashwin Shah, gives a very warm welcome to the Engineers Day celebration organized by the Department of Applied Electronics and Instrumentation Engineering in association with ISA HIT Student Chapter.
we are gathered here today to celebrate the remarkable contributions of engineers to our society and to inspire the future engineers of tomorrow. We have a wonderful program lined up for you today, so let's get started.
To begin the event, I request Anupriti Sharma and Ruchika Kumari from third year to kindly step forward for the felicitation. At first, we have Professor Dr. Shubhruto Mondal, Principal of Haldia Institute of Technology. Next, we have Sir, your presence adds great value to our celebration today. We are honored to have you up here. Thank you for gracing our presence today. Thank you, sir.
Now, I would like to request everyone to join us for national anthem. Moving to the next, we have a musical treat for you all. Our talented second year students will now present an song. Let's give them a round of applause and welcome to the stage.
Thank you for the wonderful performance. Now, I would like to invite the head of the Department of Applied Electronics and Instrumentation Engineering, Professor Dr. Uday Manji sir, to deliver the welcome note and set the tone for today's event.
Good morning, everyone. Respected Principal Sir, Professor Subroto Mundul, respected Dean Sir, Professor Toru Kazijana, respected Mr. Montu Patro, General Manager, Father, Mr. Sushmal Patro, GM, Haldia Limited, all the distinguished guests, all the teachers, and my dear students. Department of Applied Electronic Instrumentation welcome all the delegates in today's event. Today we are celebrating Engineers Day to acknowledge our sincere gratitude to all the engineers. To celebrate this day on memory of Sri M. Visvesvaraya sir for his contribution. If we look at our surroundings, for development of our society, for sustainable life, contribution of engineers remarkable. Whenever there is a problem, engineer come forward and always deliver the solution of those problems. Not only building development or bridge development, but for every engineering, every field of our society, maybe medical field, agriculture field, anywhere, we found the contribution of the engineers. Engineers help us to perform some work very easily. Some laborious job, hazardous environment, difficult situations, defense, everywhere. Engineers give the solutions of different problems. So, celebration of Engineering Day is really meaningful. And if we look at the contribution of electronics and instrumentation engineer, especially the instrumentation engineer, we have observed or seen that wherever some control operation, then instrumentation engineer come forward. Medical sector, so many instrumentation engineers have been designed, which makes the doctor task relatively easier and help to diagnose the problem very easily and effectively. So, in our society, contribution of instrumentation engineers also remarkable. So I once again acknowledge my sincere gratitude to all the engineers of our society. And for our students, you must remember that being a budding engineer, your responsibility is also very important. Through hard work, prepare yourself, make strong your fundamental knowledge, and be successful in your life. With this note, I thank you and conclude my speech.
Thank you, sir, for your warm welcome. Next, we have the privilege of hearing from our esteemed principal, Professor Dr. Subrata Mandal. He will share his insights and thoughts with us.
Very good morning to all of you. Respected Sri Bondhu Patro, GM, Tata Steel, Sri Sushovan Patro, GM, Haldia Energy, Dean Sir, my dear teachers, and respected them also, and my dear students. Today we are gathered here to observe the Engineers Day. I am also delighted to have with you. Actually, really, 15th March is a remarkable day for us because we are engineers. And on this day, only we are observing Engineers Day, but not only this, the great engineer, M. Visvesvaraya, we tribute to him because today is his birthday, and on his birthday we observe the Engineers Day. You see, engineering and science, there are basic difference. Science are knowing, engineers are doing. Science innovates something which is existing in the universe, but engineers creating something which is not in the universe. Engineers always like to solve the problem. You see, engineering ends, architecture starts. Few people who are going to software, what is software engineering? This is a combination of artistic and engineering. So, to develop our country nowadays as well as to construct anything, engineers' contribution you can't disagree. So each and everywhere you go, then there's an engineering. Everything, although all these things are depends on basic science, mathematics, physics, but application, the engineers should come forward. Otherwise, national will build up, and now we are not going towards the highest range of our development. My dear students, I believe that each and every student have that potential. Then you can come out the best version of yourself if you do hard work, perseverance. So these things are required only. You all are intelligent, but we want you should be success in a highest level. That is our. You can show the gratitude to our teachers. On this Engineers Day, I request you, rather I will advise you, you do your best effort and prove yourself that you are one of the best engineers of our country. Then the name of our institute will be increased. With these few words, I I expect that this event will be success and you will get some knowledge from the other speakers and you will be grateful to them. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for your enlightening words. Moving to the next, we are fortunate to have with us today the Dean of School of Engineering, Dr. Professor Tarun Gandhi Jana, sir, who will address the gathering.
Good morning, respected our principal, Dr. Subrata Mandal, distinguished industry personnel, namely Mr. Montu Patro, GM, Tata Steel Haldia, Mr. Sushovan Patro, GM Haldia Energy Limited, head and faculty members of instrumentation engineering, and of course, dear students. Throughout the year, we celebrate different events. some commemorative days, and which are more or less similar and common in all the educational institutions. But this particular day has got a special meaning for those who are pursuing engineering courses. So we are having the privilege of celebrating this Engineer Day to commemorate the birth anniversary of Visvesvaraya, who had contributed significantly and who had some pioneering work in the early 20th century for infrastructure development of our country, particularly in the area of flood control and irrigation management. Since then, quite a good number of engineers our country has produced, and they have contributed significantly for the development of our country, which we can enjoy at our present level. I would like to convey my sincere regards and thanks to the Department of Instrumentation Engineering, along with the ASA HAD Students Chapter, for taking the initiative to organize this particular event so that we can observe and celebrate this Engineers Day in its true perspective. In our academic fraternity, we discuss various topics, we undertake different calculations, we apply different mathematical techniques, analysis techniques, carry out certain experiments. Then the students go for the examination, how to what extent they have learned for the evaluation purpose. It is a very traditional and well established process. But what is supposed to be different for engineering institutions? The onus lies both with the students as well as with the teachers. That our viewpoint, our objective, our focus of learning or academic activities should be aimed at to what extent our knowledge we can apply for the industry purposes so that we can have our better society and we improve our level of comfort which we can enjoy today. Just imagine 4 or 5 years back, what are the facilities available at your disposal, and in the last couple of years, what added facilities that you are enjoying today. So this will give you a glimpse of that advancement of the technology, which are the basically contributions of the engineering people. While saying so, I don't want to demean the contribution of the scientists or the researchers. Obviously, they are doing a Herculean task and innovative work in the classroom level or the laboratory level or the project level. But to make it those concepts amenable for realization for the greater mass of people, the credit goes to the engineers who work relentlessly, how economically, how practically all these concepts can be utilized to make it fruitful and meaningful for the realization at a low cost. So, majority of our students who are present over here, maybe after 2 or 3 years after completion of your graduation, you will be joining industry, and you have to take the same similar responsibility to use or implement your knowledge and skill for the benefit of the industries. As far as instrumentation engineering is concerned, we have got the enormous opportunity to work and to contribute in the different domains like steel industry, cement industry, power industries, people from the senior people from the power industries and steel industries are present over there. So we'll have the opportunity to learn from the horse's mouth what are the activities they are pursuing, what are the challenges they are facing, and how through our sheer determination and perseverance and hard work we can overcome those difficulties to achieve our objective in the most optimized manner. So with these words, I would once again like to convey my regards and thanks to the Department of Instrumentation Engineering for taking this wonderful initiative that we have organized an event where people or the senior people from the local industries will participate or interact with us so that we can bridge the gap between the theory and practice, and we can after hours in the years to come we can channelize all our endeavor and effort toward the real implementation of our knowledge and skill so that it can be applied for the industries. Even if you find that apart from the conventional areas of instrumentation, in the recent times, your product HOD was talking that in the medical field there is an ample and increasing trend that there is a scope for instrumentation engineering. Even perhaps you are knowing that IIT Kharagpur basically it is an engineering institution, but they have introduced one MBBS course. But the major focus is on the electronics instrumentation pertaining to medical field. So what I would like to mean by citing this particular example that there is no such limitations. With the passage of time, with the increase in the opportunity of instrumentation in electronics engineering is also enormous and it increases day by day. So I believe that today's program will be very much helpful, eventful, and of course successful. And you will go eventually with some takeaway message that whatever you study in your coming days or whatever project you will undertake or whatever experiment that you will perform, try to correlate with the real life industry, how successfully we can efficiently we can apply those techniques for the benefit of the industry. So this is that will be the best way perhaps to commemorate the engineers day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words. Stepping forward, we have our distinguished guest, Mr. Montu Pasu, sir, General Manager of Hogli Medco, Tata Steel Haldia. He will deliver a motivational speech that will leave us all with inspiration.
Good morning, Professor Subrata Mondo, Professor Tarun Kanti Jana, Mr. Kushovan Patro, all the faculty members present here, all the faculty members who are not also present here, uh, all my friends in front of me. So, it is a great honor for me to be here, and thanks to Professor Uday calling me here and being a part of today. So, really, it is fantastic. So, after so great talk of both the professors, I was thinking what should I say to all of you. So first of all the best wishes for today. Today we are celebrating Engineers Day, and we all are engineers. So I was thinking that what is the role and responsibility of this community, this engineers community. So to touch that community, so I must take the example of Tata, not for propaganda, making some propaganda of Tata Steel or Tata here. Something, there is some connection. So that is why I am taking this example. See, in 1893, when Swami Vivekananda were going to North America, so he met Jamsetji Tata Nasib, and you can understand one side is a big industrialist, other side some monk. Okay, so how each will be the conversation? So the summary of their conversation was like that. Swami Vivekananda, Jamsetji Tata asked Swami Vivekananda, let me know, please guide me what I can do for India from my business perspective. So Swami Vivekananda said that, see, I am going for some other reason, how to reach our culture, to share these things outside across the world. But I know there are a lot of things in India, uh, opportunity for improvement are there. Probably uh, we are having that period of time. We are having the great opportunity for improvement is these science institutes, because we had not that time any such science institute. Why he told this thing? Because that period of time, the entire society of India, it was a blind belief, lot of blind belief, जो अंधविश्वास बांग्ला में बांग्ला उसका है. So now thing is to come out from that mode, to put some scientific thought for logical thinking. So this was very much required. So Jamsetji Tata, after coming from there, so he worked on this and he wrote a letter to Swami Vivekananda that uh, we are going to implement one this institute, scientific institute at Bangalore. And after his death, after 5 years, so it was established. So point is that from vision of Tata is that is our value system also. Is a business is a part through which we can return to the society. That is why this existence of business. So if we are not bringing back to the society, then it is not a business for long run, and that is why it is sustaining the more than 100 years. So why I took this example, because you will see some connection onwards. What I will share with you. So today is Engineers Day. So I was just searching that how does these words came. See, all engineering, it came from a word, ingenium. It is a Latin word, and its meaning is that this group will do, or they will solve the typical problems for the people, where people has not to think backward, they will just follow. That is why the engineers existence. So professor already explained very well about our existence, why we are existing, why this community, what this community should do. So this is within this boundary. Basically, whatever every engineers, their motto is that solving technical problem or critical problem for the people, general people, in a way so that general people should not think backward, they should just follow and go ahead. See, this there is some connection, engineer and engine. This, you know what is engine? Engine is a driver. Okay, it drives something. So we are the driver, but we are driving what? We are driving the society, not we only, others also. But we are having a key role and responsibility to driving the society, this entire engineering community. So during these 4 years course, so you people are going through lot of subjects, thermodynamics, applied mechanics, material science, a lot of things. So I was discussing, there was just before this program, there was some very good discussion between professors and us, that today lot of technologies are available, and these are probably killing our ability of thinking. Uh, so as per me, no technology is bad, and in open economy, technologies will be available, accessible, easy accessible to everybody. But point is that what to use, when to use, how to use, so that we have to decide. Like say for example, say 4 years course, whatever is typical subjects you are going through. So there will be lot of fundamentals thing. Okay. Maybe that period of time, 90s, that period of time, we had to remember a lot of things. Okay, formula, like this. So you people, I don't know, are you doing or not doing? But as per me, when you are going through this phase, that is also important. If you not do, what will happen? See, at the end of the day, after 4 years course, you will join some industry. So, what will be your ultimate this work? So, you people have to take some decision, and for taking some decision, some fundamentals need to be clear. Until and unless these fundamentals are clear, so you will not be able to take decision. So see, chat GPT today is there, tomorrow something else will come. Okay. Now thing is that where to use chat GPT, where not to use, that is also important. So my suggestion is that, my advice is that during this course, you please enjoy your study. As robust study you will do, your fundamentals, your foundations will be more strong for tomorrow, where you have to take some big decisions, and that big decisions will be connected to say lakhs of people where you will impact. So you can understand the consequence of your decision maybe after 10 years or after 15 years, wherever you work. But these things, I am sure all the formulas and all these things will not be memorized that period of time. I forgot everything. But the fundamentals will be strong enough to take those type of decisions. So that is why it is required this, when you are doing study, you enjoy the study, you do as your faculties guiding, as your professors are guiding. So that is also important. So this learning part, what I was giving that example, that see, entire life is a learning. This journey never ends. The last day, this journey will end. So it is not like that today you are studying that thinking that okay 4 साल हो गया उसके बाद जो है सब खत्म करो. So sorry, I will take some Hindi also words. So my point is that learning is every day, and in future also you have to learn each and every day. Why learning is important? I'll take one example. See, human beings are different from all other animals. And why it is different, human being from all other animals? Because only these species can think logically. They can think. Other animals cannot think. That is the difference. And during this process, the statistics says that for average human being, our if I just do the ratio of our brain weight and human body, so roughly say it will be 2% of our body is the brain weight, but it consumes around 20% oxygen of entire body what consumes. So what it indicates? It indicates knowingly, unknowingly, we all are learning. Everybody is learning. So stress on this learning, to continue this learning each and every day. So there is no restriction which direction you will learn, but this practice you have to continue. So that is more important. And for engineers, if you see that whatever the developments came across the globe over say last 100 years, so 80% the development, see there is a connection from the nature. If you see the birds, entire aerodynamics, all the flight, rockets and all these things came from the concept is nature, existing in nature. So entire aerodynamics came from there. For electronics instrumentation, you are having most probably this flexible electronics. So what is the concept of flexible electronics? It is concept of self-healing. Like say our skin, if cut anywhere, so auto healing process exists in our body, say human body or animal. So now today this uh, this world having so many electronics instrumentation tools, tackles, all these things available. See, if damages any part of any instrument and you multiply by the available existing system, so how will be the volume? You have to replace all these things. So concept is coming that how self healing can be done in the electronics instrumentation part. So some intrinsic, extrinsic, some process is there that if it is inside, say hydrogel polymer will help. If it is outside, some liquid metal will be applied for self healing thing. So this is also connected with the nature. So my point is that while uh, we are doing some study or doing some development, doing some improvement. So all these things are basically somewhere, somehow it is connected with the nature. And from nature we have to learn a lot and put our this technical ability and apply the knowledge and just go ahead. Now professor was telling about this success thing. I know all the students sitting here, everybody will be succeeded in future. Everybody, I can guarantee you. But this success and failures, these are something relative thing. So where we define the success, that is important. Now, is the result is the success or effort is the success? What do you think? Why? See, I will give you one example. Suppose in 100-meter sprint, today in technology everything is possible. Somebody developed some invisible robot, okay, and he take the guy and just go to the last line and he got the first prize. Is it the success? It is not the success. So result is not the success. Believe me. I can give that example also. You know that one of the football game Maradona put a goal with hand. Is it the success? No. He also believed that was not his success. So it is also connected with some value system. Why I took that example of Tata is the some value system which is inside inbuilt in human. So that needs to be guided in our success also. And when we concluded that effort is the success, so if we everybody try our best, not one failure came that means leave it. Don't leave. Try next time, try next time. Something will happen. So I have seen number of examples. I have seen number of people in my 30 years of service. In my organization, third Tata is my third organization. I have seen lot of people. So it does not matter that how intelligent you are, but it matters how dedicated you are. What is your value system? That matters, and ultimately they are successful people. So this success and failure, it also connected with your value system, your dedication. So all these things are interconnected. Now, in success and failure, both things, one thing comes that is KPI, key performance indicator, or whatever goal your target setting, are we reaching there or not? See, in life, one thing is very true. This gap of demand and supply, it was there, it is now, it will be there. So, this demand and supply gap, it is also important to drive us, to try us for putting efforts. You know that this potential difference of say high level water, low level water, so water will flow from high to low. Why? Because difference is there. If there is no difference, so that will not flow. So this demand and supply gap will be always there, and so this reaching to the goal, it not like that you have to touch the 100%. If it is close to 100%, that is also a big success. Other thing I need to touch upon is that this community, this engineers community, our goal is that doing something in a low cost way, in some innovative way, something unique way, what Professor was also mentioning. See, whatever you are doing, people will remember you. Like say, I am taking one example. So, best innovation, I think, is the goggles. If somebody innovated this, and people are just following. So now you can connect what is our role. So we need to do something that people will follow that system or process or product. Okay. So there our involvement, our dedication, our effort, that is much more important. So whatever today you are doing, you are making some foundation here, your faculties are uh, creating your foundation. Tomorrow this foundation will be helpful for taking decision, but surrounding this value system, this effort, all these things has to be there. Otherwise, maybe something will come, but you yourself cannot judge that is okay or not okay. So yourself has to be judged that part. So I will not take more time. So thank you very much and all the best wishes. It's a sure all of you will be successful. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for your motivating words. Continuing with the next series of the inspirational talk, we have Mr. Shivshovan Patro, sir, General Manager of Haldia Energy Limited, Haldia, who will share his valuable insights and experience with us.
So good afternoon. Yeah, at the outset, I'd like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Udaymani for inviting me to this auspicious occasion and sharing the dais with respected professors, Dr. Mondal, Dr. Jana, and my colleague Mr. Montu Patra, and my heartfelt gratitude to my brother Somo, Devu, and the distinguished ladies, and my dear girls and boys. Actually, I was thinking yesterday night that yes, what type of motivational talk I have to deliver tomorrow. So I was noting down some points. And after entering this room, মাইকে কে এই আওয়াজটা গন্ডগোল হচ্ছে তাহলে কি আমি খালি গলায় বলবো? No, it's okay, okay, fine. After entering this room, what I found in the vision of this department, then I feel yes, already the motivation is there. Most of the students you are coming to this room occasionally, but might not have read all those details of what is written in the book. So this is the need today that yes, industry and academia, no? This is the need of the industry. Industry must know what is the industry must know what is happening in the academic field, and the academia must know what is the requirement of the industry. Because what Mr. Patro was already talking about, that we are everything learning from the environment, from the other creators. So this combined credibility and influence, I repeat the words credibility and influence, both. This achieve beneficial results, right, as it has already written there, for more rapidly, quickly addressing the issue for the development of the community, I say for the total society as a whole. Normally, I use a term everywhere when I go to the academic institution, to the students. I love to talk about the term what is known as VUCA, VUCA. We are passing through a VUCA world. What is VUCA? It is V for vulnerable, U for uncertain, C for complex, and A for ambiguity. What my previous speakers already explained about the changing world, the changing scenario, and the technology is changing. So what is NGS? It is VUCA. It is actually vulnerable. Again, I am repeating to make you understand. Vulnerable, U for uncertain, C for complex, and A for ambiguity. Everywhere there are ambiguity. Everywhere there are vulnerability. Everywhere it is at the blink of an eye. Everything is changing. In the business world, in the last 10, 15 years, many businesses gone to the zenith. So this is changing everywhere. But these are the problems. Now, as you are all engineers or science students, you can easily understand that if you plot a curve and coordinate and abscissa line, how much we know about the situation. What are the informations available with me? If it is in one coordinate, and in another coordinate is how much can we predict the result of our intervention? 4 words, you will find the position of each and every word. But these are the problems. So what are the solutions? I was thinking what should be the solutions for the students? For the students, it is a totally different aspect. What we engineers at the working field, and I'm sorry I could not introduce my gem of boy, that Ovik is there. He is a product of this department. Okay, so I told him please accompany me. I am a little bit nervous to stand in front of the students, right? So I thank you, Ovik. So what should be done in case of volatility? No, it is volatile. What should be done? What should be done for for the students to overcome this type of volatility. So you need to stockpile your talent, you need to stockpile your inventory of what? Inventory of information. You need to study books. If you allow me to ask you a very difficult and hard question, how many of you, please raise your hands if you agree, how many of you read book yesterday night before going to the bed? Only one, two. So this is very unfortunate. You cannot overcome the volatility. This is for the last 10, 15 years, this is the normal practice of the youngsters as well as us also. We go to bed just checking out all the last WhatsApp messages and etc. Why? You must at least spend some time on reading the books. I am telling you, after spending a lot of years in the industry, I read books. Whenever I face some problem, suppose he was working in the manometer, pressure switch or pressure gauge, etc. If there is a problem, then normally it should be the practice that when come back at night, I try to read the chapter of Bernoulli's theory. If you don't understand or study Bernoulli's theorem, you cannot calibrate a pressure gauge. So the basic science, what actually sir was trying to explain, Jana sir, the basic science, basic mathematics you need to understand. You must know Torricelli's experiment. How can you explain the atmospheric pressure and gas pressure? Don't try to just remember all those things. You try to explain. That is the point what I was thinking of. Now the second part is how do you overcome? What should we do to overcome the uncertainty? What is uncertainty? Uncertainty means we have less information. So invest in your experiment. Try to spend time in your laboratory. I have seen your laboratory, lot of instruments are there. How many of you spend more time apart from your routine classes in the laboratory? No, why? Please you do that. These things will enrich you to gather the most information. Information not from the Google, not from other sources. Information from your own experiment. What Torricelli did, what Enrico Fermi did, everything from those experiment. When you do the experiment by yourself, your confidence will be much, much higher. I myself have done in my earlier days the calibration of some of the limit switch or some of the pressure switch or transmitter. So I can explain him or other, you do it right in this way. Are you getting my point? I am not only giving you the problem, I am trying to give you the solutions to overcome all those issues, right? What we are facing each and every day. Now, how do you overcome the complexity? Again, what is complexity means what? I am confused. There are a lot of complexes everywhere. The solution is very simple. You need to be structured. You need to be disciplined. You go to your teachers, you go to your experts, you go to your research guides for the proper explanation of those things. Your complexity will be reduced to a very simple thing. Then the last but not the least is the ambiguity. How do you overcome the ambiguity? What is ambiguity? Why ambiguity is there? Because lack of information. Again, so you need to examine more and more. Then obviously somebody will say do this, somebody will tell do that, somebody will tell do this. No, you experiment by yourself. Do the experiment by yourself. Very simple experiment we have learned in our school days, we have forgotten. If I ask anybody, please explain the second law of thermodynamics, people will jump. If I explain what is Boyle's law, what is Van der Waals equation, people might write down the equation very quickly. If I ask them to explain it, there the problem lies. And here is the difference in the industry requirement as well as the academic requirement. So this is in gist. What would you attempt to do? What would you attempt to do if you knew you would fail? Because of this type of vulnerability, you need to learn So your pace of learning, if you draw a car, the slope of your pace of learning should be higher than the slope of the change of this world. Then only you can overcome. Then what our previous speakers were saying, then only your success will come. Success will not come if you cannot reduce your fear zone. Fear zone means a lot of ambiguity, lot of problems. So to overcome the fear zone, the only solution is to learn. So your pace of learning should be more and more than the pace of the changing world. Now let me take you back to the history of science, not the history of science. Simple. I'll give you some example. I was noting down yesterday. Here comes the concept of design thinking. You know what is design thinking? You need to design the thing according to the vision what is written for the community, contribution to the community. What does community means? Community everyone. So the 7 I's what I have noted down that one is improvement, then is improvisation, then innovation, invention, inclusion means inclusion of all, and the finally is the infusion. Infusion means to be part of people life. Until and unless it is not accepted by the people, your invention, your innovation, everything will fail. Now we're going back to the history of science. Normally, engineering as well as technology or science, normally, it is taught in a way like giving some mathematical formula. We normally know, if I ask what is Schrodinger equation, if the students from physics might write down that long equations. If I ask what is that law, electromagnetic law, Faraday's, etc., no, that mathematical formula easily we can write down. Gravitational law of Newton, etc. Whatever we have studied in our class 12, 11, 12, and 10. But as I see as a way of seeing the world, in a from the tiniest minimum thing, you need to open your eyes, you need to explain why this has happened, you need to try to explain about the minuscule or to the what we say in our industrial parlance, we tell it name is LRU, least or the last replaceable unit. Nowadays, what happens if anything is damaged, so from your domestic appliance to any industrial thing, everything you have to normally the service engineer comes and change the card. So change the card. What is the cost of the card? We are talking about the cost effectiveness. What is the cost of the card? 2 lakh, 3 lakhs rupees. But if you go through the last replaceable unit, there might be a defect in some resistance. Is of 1 rupee or 2 rupees. You replace that. Simple. Instead of 2 lakh, this is 1 lakh, 10 rupees or say 5 rupees. So this type of things has to be explored. Second, what I was pointing out that history. Most of you have seen Oppenheimer. Okay? You have not seen Oppenheimer movie? Okay, fine. So each pioneering scientist changed the way we look forward. Nowadays, what happened? Because I tried to explain you about the changing world. Nowadays, after invention of Einstein's general theory of relativity, Newtonian mechanics now is getting changed, isn't it? So, and before Newton's calculus or Newton's mathematical model, for the last millennium, we knew about something other things. Even before quantum mechanics is a subject of say how many years? 100 years. Before quantum mechanics, people that particle and waves are different. Now after de Broglie's hypothesis and etc., Schrodinger's equation, so on, now wave particle duality is there. So everything is changing. The science, the theory is changing and everything will be changing in future. So we have to be ready to cope up with the changes as well. Now coming back to the arena of instrumentation. Now if you just consider anything about instrumentation. The same, I am making the sound. I am talking. The sound is, if you do the experiment, you might have done the same experiment of tuning fork in your laboratory in class 12. Right? The sound wave. What is the velocity of sound wave? Anybody? From the back bench? Backbenchers are always, no, Abdul Kalam also told, no, I will backbenchers. So what is the velocity of sound wave? See, what is the velocity of light wave? Okay, fine. So what is the velocity of sound wave? 340 meter per second. Very good. 1 kilometer in 3 seconds. How can, if I generate one sound from tuning fork, how I can say that this is a vibration of such sound? So the huge complex system is there, isn't it? Because I am making a sound, and now you are listening it from that end. So what is the technology in between? You think about the human being, the sound is getting generated there. The vibration, the rate of compression and depression of that air in that particular end, that vibration, that wave comes to my ear, and that eardrum, that will vibrate the eardrum with the same frequency I repeat. Again, that eardrum will again vibrate the inner bones, what we call NBLs, cochlea, etc. inside the ear. Then again that vibration passes through the air of the inner ear. That inner ear will send an electrical signal to the brain. That brain will identify that signal, that electrical signal as a sound wave. Then only you can hear the sound, isn't it? A good music, a good guitar string, what the boy was playing here, that is the complex system. The same complex system is there everywhere in the industry. You need to know that. Not only if you only know that, okay, how can I measure that vibration? No. You need to know the total complex, very uncanny system. In a DCS system, say in our college, everywhere in control, in DCS, what is there? In PLC system, is it a black box? No, huge informations are coming through different transmission system. It is changing from one energy to another. That is the first law of thermodynamics, right? Energy is constant. So everywhere, whatever I can give a lot of examples. I was talking about Bernoulli's theorem. I was talking about Torricelli's experiment. I was talking about everything. Quantum mechanics, everywhere, electrical, electronics. You go anywhere. After the invent of transistor, many things changed. Everything changed the world. We talk about technology 4.0, no? Normally, what happens? Nowadays, you are engrossed with lot of machine learning, lot of big data analysis, etc., right? But you need to know the basic information where from it is coming. The accuracy level of the instrument. Do you think people, now a human being are more intelligent nowadays? No. I told you earlier also in that seminar. Human beings are not intelligent more than human being 2000 years of time of Alexander, Roscoe, Copernicus, etc. No. Plato and Aristotle have written everything. But what is the difference? The difference is the instrumentation here. Because we have the tools, we have the measuring technique, and we have the information, proper information. Now, we can, if you know all the technical terms of instrumentation. I will not go in detail about all this, the accuracy, the least count, etc. Until and unless your instrumentation measuring etc. is not that, you won't land up on the south pole of moon. Otherwise, you would have landed in other planet or Alaska, right? So that accuracy, that credit goes to the electronics and applied electronics and instrumentation sections of engineering and science. So that accuracy is required. What is the accuracy? If I ask you what is the distance of moon from Earth? You might be knowing because this is a topic, vast topic, right? Buzzword nowadays. So what is the distance from from Earth to Sun? No? This experiment or the distance was measured earlier, at least 300 years ago, right? In those days, nothing was there. How did they measure that? Because of their intelligence, because of the observation. That's why my point of discussion today is you need to observe. You need to observe it. By only observation, Galileo, 500, 600 years ago, right? He told that yes, this is the solar system. Then only when Newton actually calculated that, then only people could believe. So in measurement, what is important? Why I was giving the example of distance of moon and Earth. Distance of moon and Earth, it might be wrong and say that in accuracy is 10% no issue. If somebody says a 5 lakh kilometer, if somebody says 4 lakh 90,000 kilometer, no issue. But for a temperature measurement, if your son or daughter is having fever, and if the temperature is 100, someone tells 102 and someone tells 105, there is huge difference. The change is only 3%, right? In the same case in industrial parlance also. If the boiler outlet pressure in a thermal plant is measured at an error of 1 degree, that will change huge on the heat rate of the and it will incur huge cost. So the accuracy of this instrument is very important. If your instrument is accurate, date or then only the community, in a community is everywhere, community is observing you. All the managers are in industry are observing you. If you say, sir, what is the pressure there? Sir, it might be 5 kg or it might be 15 kg. Okay, you go ahead. I will check by putting my hand. I will say what is the pressure there, right? Or temperature there. Earlier, the doctors, they used to tell, right? After seeing that only putting the hand here, they could sense what is happening. Sir was telling about the development in medical science. All the instrumentation is there. People are checking everything. Earlier days, how did they give you medicine? The antibiotic penicillin discovered 70, 80 years back. No, the same medicine is still today. But the change is only in the electronics part, in the instrumentation part. Or any operation or any surgery, people are putting something inside your mouth and they are getting everything. Alright, isn't it? Fine. So it's a typical process. Process means the sound wave, whatever is happening everywhere. Mr. Batra was giving the example, a beautiful example of going in aeroplane, rocket, etc. The same thing. You need to know a very simple theory. I am telling you, go back to your class 12 physics, chemistry books. If you do not read or do not understand, at least in those days, if you do not understand, at least at this age, you can understand, you can relate. So please, again, take out those books from your almirah and try to read it. We are having these control systems, these complex control systems everywhere. And the process is simple. What is the process? Take data. From the data you get some information. From the information you diagnose. After the diagnosis you evaluate. And after the evaluation what you will do? You will monitor and you control and ultimately you take the decision. At the end of the day, in industry, all my boys, including me, everyone who are there, they have to take the decisions each and every time. You cannot do it. Our production will stop. So the ability to make precise, verifiable, reproducible measurements of the natural world and at levels that we are not previously precisely observable, but that is what is very. So before we conclude, let me go back to the process of learning, process of probing, process of problem solving and overcoming the challenges, that is known as Kipling method. Kipling method means you ask questions. 5W1H. 5W is Kipling method of asking questions. This is the point what actually I'd like to conclude like this. Who, what, where, when, why. This is the 5W, and what is H? That is how. So today's discussion actually, this will enable you to ask your teachers, to ask your guide, to ask your mentors why this has happened. So this physics or chemistry or mathematics behind that can explain what is that. Embrace appropriate process of learning. What is appropriate process? Study, study, study. Laboratory experiment, laboratory experiment, laboratory experiment. Approach towards technology, business, and ultimately for the human sustainability means planet PPP, what we call profit, planet, and fit. So broaden your horizon, boys and girls. I repeat, broaden your horizon. Try to see the forest, not to climb an individual tree. Thank you very much.
If civil engineer build the wall, if mechanical engineers run the wall, if electrical engineer power the wall, then what instruments or apparatus engineers will do? Number one question. I think digital digitize the wall. It is better. So we have lot of scope. So lot of scope. I think lot of scope. What I want to say. So education, rather like you who are now continuing, this is the journey, this is not the destination. And what is bright future? What is bright future? Which are concerned to you every time, what I have seen. What is bright future? It is nothing, it is the combination of determination, optimism, and self-assurance. So everything depends on you. Because education is a journey, it's not a destination. Okay?
Thank you, Principal Sir, for your motivating words, and thank you, Mr. Sushovan Patra Sir. Continuing with our series of inspirational talks, now we have Mr. Dept Ghosh Sir, Associate Professor from Applied Electronics and Instrumentation Engineering Department, who will now address the audience. Sir, please come up on the dais.
I'm really scared because after the speech of so many esteemed speakers, I'm presenting myself in front of you. The first one, and it is always difficult to speak before you after so many speeches from all esteemed speakers, including our principal, our dean, Shishimanda, and Mr. Principal. So I want to take the opportunity of this forum to express Happy Engineers Day to all the distinguished guests, to my colleagues, and I welcome all the budding engineers in this community. Everything is said, but I am supposed to give you some motivations. As the Student Society convener and our engineers said, so I will not take anything technical because that opportunity I am having in connection with the scheduled classes. So what I do is I tell you what engineers do. I'll express my perceptions. So in one line, I think engineers are the problem solvers. They solve problems. Why they can solve problems? Because they take the problems, each and every problems, as opportunities. And in the way of solving problems, what they have to use? The knowledge about fundamental science, mathematics and science, very important. Without fundamentals, as you cannot build a building like that, you cannot be a good engineer. Your fundamentals should be absolutely strong. The second one, you have to prepare yourself for facing complex problems, complex engineering problems. And in order to do so, you can read out any time 12 engineering attributes are written over there. Throughout your studies, you need to acquire those attributes. How to do that? Sometimes directly, sometimes indirectly. First of all, as an engineer, today, I want to tell you, I have not seen any alternative of attending classes till now. In the recent past, we have seen the COVID period, COVID-19 outbreak period. Then I don't know how much struggle you have faced as a student, but as a teacher, we have faced many problems because we have seen conducting a faculty development program, conducting a meeting in the online platform is very easy, but conducting a class for 40 hours is really challenging. When we hardly get any feedback from the students. It appeared to me that I was talking in front of a wall. So that's why I categorically tell you, attend the classes. Not only theoretical classes, the laboratory classes. And attend the classes beyond your schedule. You are engineer. And especially to your instrumentation engineer means you have to be fully acquainted with the instruments. You have to know each and every part of the instruments. As instrumentation engineer, what do you do? We research, we develop, we design, we supervise, we maintain, manage, everything we do. But how to do it? Suppose you are researcher. But if you do not know how to maintain the instrument, you do not have any attributes to maintain the instrument, then you are a failure. I know many engineers, many budding engineers especially, in their home, they change the fluorescent lamp by calling a meter. They do not know which terminal is live, which terminal is neutral, and what is the significance of arc. They do not know what is the typical neutral to arc voltage. See, when we say study, that is not limited to the classrooms. Study is everywhere. And you are really lucky that all those facilities are there. How? You can attend theoretical classes, you can go to the laboratory, you can visit the industries, you can go for internships, you can execute some small projects, you can go for a big project, live project. It is included in the curriculum. Not that we are imagining or suggesting something else. It is there in the curriculum. If you practice, automatically you will see that you have acquired those 12 engineering attributes. Automatically it will happen. That means what I want to tell you, you try to live in this community. Just I have welcomed you in this community. You want to be there in this community. Have that pride that we are engineers. Have that pride that you will not be called henceforth by Mr. and Mrs. You will be called as ER. As a doctor, they are called as DR. So we are ER today. And there is no gender equality. Remember that. You are not ERS for the girls, romance. ERS or ES. It is ER. So take that pride that we have entered into this community, we have to give or we have to do the justice for that. As an engineer, we have taken so many things implicitly from the society. It is not the right forum to explain that. You realize that as you have taken so many things from the society, it is also your duty to give something back to the society. It's important. I said we are the problem solvers. And in our dictionary, there is no word called impossible. Rather, you can say I am possible. And everybody can contribute. Only one thing you have to change. And continuously you keep on hammering yourself that I have to change my mindset. The only difference is here. After teaching for 22 or 23 years, I realized that everybody is good. The difference only in the attitude. I can give you one simple example. You have seen many pujaris in your home when they are doing puja, worship. Some pujari have the attitude towards the money. After worship, how much he or she is going to get. But some pujaris are having attitude that I will worship puja so that on behalf of this home, I am given the responsibility. Money I give, money is required. I am not saying money is not required. Money is required. So as an engineer, when you arrive in this world, you have to acquire all these skills. You have that, you can deliver. Do not look into the money. Do not look into the money. It will come automatically. And at the end, as many speakers have pointed out, lifelong learning. The moment you enter this community, you have to keep your doors and windows of the mind for the new technology and knowledge. This is wise, and I quote one of the Bengali proverb used by Sriram Paramahansa, Jatodin Bachi, Totodin Shi. So with this note, I will conclude. Thank you very much for calling me here.
Thank you, sir, for your thoughtful words. Moving to the next, I would like to call Dr. Soumya Roy, sir, Associate Professor of Applied Electronics Instrumentation Department and Faculty Advisor of ISA HID Student Chapter, who will now deliver a vote of thanks.
Good afternoon. So it's very difficult, as has told, that giving a lecture after the speech of so many PCS teams. Okay. So respected Principal Sir, Professor Subroto Mondol Sir, respected Honorable Guest, GM Tata Steel, Haldia, Mr. Montu Pantro Sir, respected Honorable Another Guest, GM Haldia Energy, Haldia, respected Sushubhan Pantro Sir, our Dean Sir, our HOD Sir, my fellow educators, and my budding engineers. Okay. So, in behalf of Department of Applied Electronics and Instrumentation Engineering and ISA HID Student Chapter, I must first thank you to our Principal Sir for his continuous motivations. That is the main pillar of motivations to organize such kind of beautiful program. I must quote one thing from the Sir's lecture. The Sir told that science is a knowledge and engineering is something we have to do. Okay, so science will give us the basic knowledge and we can create something with the help of the engineering knowledge. Now I would like to thank our Dean Sir. Our Dean Sir always give us the enthusiasm for every point of time to organize such kind of programs. Again, Sir have given a very insightful talk and Sir give us the role or the contribution of the engineer in the society. I must say that we have the ability to make the dream of the common people, the society, to come into the reality. So we are the engineer, we have the capability. Now I would like to thank our distinguished guest, Mr. Montu Patro sir, for his precious time. He will give us a precious time and raise this chair. In this, before I go into the speech, I must thankful for his kind help Always sir is with us. From the last workshop also, whenever we have organized a workshop on Industry 4.0, sir is giving his helpful thoughts on that workshop as well. Sarah pointed out so many things. I just quote some of those. Sir told that we need to learn what to use, what not to use. I quote the ChatGPT, right? Because ChatGPT is killing our analytical process ability. So we need to know that where we are going to use the ChatGPT, where not to use the ChatGPT. That's why it's not going to kill our analytical ability. So I also point out that everything is come from nature. I absolutely agree with sir. And I would add one more thing that God is a very good engineer. He created us, right? He have a very good civil engineer, he have a very good instrumentation engineer, everything. We are developing the camera and already we have the eye. We are developing the speaker, already we have a speech systems, right? So God is a very good engineer. Now, another more thing that I define that the difference between the success and the failure. I must say that failure is the stepping stone towards the success. I'd like to add one more thing that there's a big difference between the growth, progress, and the success, as Sarah has already told. But by increasing your materialistic processes, just scoring a good marks or earning a good money is not a success. It is not the definition of the success. It's the growth. When that growth is added with the ethics, ethics means the discipline, this is the honesty, it is the norms. When your growth is added with the discipline, honesty, and the norms, it becomes the progress. And when the progress is added with the morality, humility, and spirituality, that is called the success. Okay. Now I'd like to thank the Sushobhan sir for his very charming speech. I don't know what to quote the Sushobhan sir. Sir has told a very nice word, the dukkha. Okay, so sir, we could remember this term for entire life. Also, sir, I have asked one question that how many of us are reading a book before they are going to the bed? We might answer, sir, we must answer this question from our students, and we are not reading the books, rather we are surfing our social media profile. How many likes we got if I post something in our social media, right? So this ability is lost. Right? So another one thing is that the fundamental is very, very important, as Sarah told. At yesterday only, whenever I am taking the biology of industrial, I just ask one question. What is the basic theorem behind a particular instrument? If you know the fundamental things, you can succeed in your life. So fundamental is very, very, very important. Now I like to thank our HOD sir because he is the main backbone of this department as well as this program. Sir has nicely pointed out the application area of instrumentation engineer. In the medical sector, in the agriculture sector, everywhere there are enormous applications of the instrumentation engineer. I must say that the doctors having a stethoscope, right, with his name, and this stethoscope is the application of the instrumentation engineer. Right? So we have an enormous power to contribute to the society. Lastly, Edri sir pointed out that so many things. Sir explained the 12 engineering attributes. And another thing is that sir is told that what is the instrumentation engine. I can share one of my experience that whenever I talk to Professor Portunovis sir, which is known as the father of instrumentation engineer, I have an opportunity to ask a question that, sir, can you define what is the instrumentation engineer? Sir told me that if you look into your body, there is the application of the civil engineer who can frame your body. You can see the application of the mechanical engineer, the hands movement and the legs movement. You can see the application of the electrical engineer, the nervous systems. The instrumentation engineer is your brain. So you can control everything. It's a brain of your systems. Last, I'll try to conclude that all of my previous speakers told that all of you have the ability. Last day also I give this message that all of you have the diamond within yourself. Just the thing is, you have to make a proper shape of that diamond by adding your attitudes, such that it will shine. With this note, I will conclude my lecture. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your vote of thanks. Next, we have one of our own students, Meenakshi Jha, from the second year of Applied Electronics and Instrumentation Engineering, who will share her thoughts and experiences.
Very warm welcome and good afternoon to all the dignitaries on DICE, faculty, staff, and my dear friends. Today we all gathered here to celebrate 44th Engineers Day in India. This day is celebrated on 15th of September every year. Today we are not just celebrating Engineers Day, we are celebrating the incredible journey of turning dreams into reality, of bending the laws of science to our will and of engineering marvels that once seemed like science fiction. The meaning of Engineers Day goes beyond just acknowledging the work of engineers. It signifies the importance of engineering as profession and impact on society. It serves as a reminder of the significant advancements and innovations that engineers have brought about improving the quality of life for people around the globe. This day also aims to inspire and encourage young individuals to consider careers in engineering, emphasizing the importance of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education. It is an occasion to promote the pursuit of knowledge and excellence in engineering and to foster a sense of pride and unity within the engineering community. This day serves as an inspiration for the next generation of engineers too. It encourages young minds to pursue careers in engineering by showcasing the impact and importance of the field. It's a reminder that engineers offer exciting opportunities to make a positive difference in the world. Once again, happy Engineers Day to everyone. Have a nice day. Thank you. Thank you, Meenakshi, for sharing your insights with us. Next, we have Audrey Chakravarti from third year who will be now addressing the gathering.
I am Audrey Chakraborty, a student of third year. Today I have got an opportunity to deliver some words to Vishweshwaraya. Son Moksha Gundam Vishweshwaraya was born on September 15, 1861 in a small village in Karnataka. At the age of 15, he lost his father, a Sanskrit scholar. He completed his early education in Bangalore and then he pursued his higher education in Bangalore. Quickly, he joined the Science College of Engineering to study engineering and ranked first in the examination in 1883. September 15, his birthday, is observed as the Engineers Day in India to mark the birth anniversary of Sir M. Vishweshwaraya. He was considered a pioneer in the field of engineering in India. After completing his education, he got a job offer for the assistant engineer at Nasik from the government of Bombay. He successfully implemented various projects as an engineer. Mr. M. Vishweshwaraya was also the Diwan of Mysore from 1912 to 1918. In fact, he was the brain behind the KSD Dam in Mysore, as well as the chief designer of the flood protection system in the city of Hyderabad. Krishna Raja Vadiyar IV, Maharaja of Mysore, constructed the dam during the famine dispute and critical financial condition of the state. It was him that the dam was named after. He was the inventor of the block system, automated roads, and the closed water overflow system. Sir Vishweshwaraya designed and patented the floodgates, which was first installed in the Kharagpur Dam in Pune in 1903. He was the father of the Indian engineering. Mr. M. Vishweshwaraya is also the first engineer of India for his vital contribution to the field of engineering and education. He is considered among the greatest nation builders who played a crucial role in constructing dams, reservoirs, hydropower projects in India. Due to his outstanding contribution to society, the government of India conferred Bharat Ratna to this legend on the year of 1955. He was also awarded the British knighthood by King George V, and hence he was honorific sir. Apart from being an engineer and educator, he was highly illustrated. Sir M. Vishweswaraya was a member of the governing council of Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. Later, he would become the member of the Tata Iron and Steel governing body. Besides, Sir M. Vishweswaraya has also authored two books to illustrate his career. Reconstructing India and Flat Economy of India. The legend passes away in the year of 1962 at the age of 101. But his legacy and spirit still live on the young minds of engineers and committed to the nation builders. Thank you.
Thank you, Arikro, for your inspiring words. Stepping forward to our next program,
We have prize distribution ceremony, for which I would like to call the head of the Department of Applied Electronics and Instrumentation Engineering, Professor Dr. Uday Mandi sir, to come up on the stage.
So now we come to end of our program. Before we conclude, we would like to extend our gratitude and thanks to our guests. So I request our guests to come forward. I first request our principal sir to extend a memento to Mr. Dr. sir for his guests present today. Next, I request our dean sir to so now it is time to appreciate our students who have performed well in last year in academics. So I request our guest, Mr. Manju Pastor sir, to hand over this prize to second year student Tisari Saha, first position in this academic level. You may come forward. Second position in academic performance, Srishti Kumari. Srishti, come forward. And third position in second year result is Sarvadipati D. Sarvadipati, come forward. I request Mohammed hand over to you. I hope everybody has observed that from our second year result, all the girls got the top position. It's a really remarkable. Now I request Sushant sir to come forward and the third year academic excellent result. I first name Harsh Mishra come forward for his first position. Next is Akash Kumar. Akash took second position in Haldia region. And third position is Chaitanya Manas. And finally, we have a special award for Rajiv, who has contributed for different projects and innovative works. So I will ask Rajiv to come here.
congratulate everybody for their success. Thank you.